different channels of communication, right? Such as the gestural, the visual, the auditory, right? Well, all the commercials belong in the realm of multimodal text because they convey meaning through different channels, right? And today we are going to explore some tools, right, for you to be able to understand how this meaning is construed. We are going to tackle very briefly the image, the words, and the music. So I believe in this image making culture, it seems very enough to start by the image. What do we need to know about the image? The image has two different attributes that we need to take into account. The first one is iconicity. At first sight, the image seems to be a faithful mirror of reality, right? If you take a picture with your camera and you take a look at that image, you will realize or you will perceive that there is a strong relation between the object in the real world and the visual data you are perceiving, right? The problem is the following. Every person understands and perceives that image in a particular way, and this is connected to another trait of the image, which is polyphony, right? Our cultural background, our personal experiences create some kind of lenses through which we understand this visual information. So, images, what for? What we do when we use an image? We try to create, or rather, the image has the power to evoke feeling. That's the main power of images, right?
Right, and for this purpose, we would like you to watch and see a picture and see if this holds true.
Right, if you can remain attentive to this picture, or if there is some kind of feeling that it triggers off.
So, perhaps if any of you is not familiar with her, she's an animal, mother, and whether you are familiar with her struggle or not, well, most probably we think that her image might have triggered off some kind of emotion, perhaps impotence, fear, surprise, admiration. Yeah. You know.
Okay. Now, if we take into account that TV commercials may use extensive use of images, and we know that the image is polyphonic, right? There must be some kind of tool through which all the different interpretations that the image may have can be reduced to just one single interpretation, right? How? Well, and that's when the second element, the words, appear in the image. The words, as I have just said, its main function is that it reduces the polyphony of the image to just one single interpretation, and unlike the image that attempts to evoke feelings, the words have a different function. The words attempt to create some kind of effect on your mind, right? It produces an impact on your mind. So there's a very good combination between the image and the word, because one appeals to the heart, right, and the other one to the brain, to your mind, right? What do we need to take into account when we take a look at the TV commercial? Well, if the text is written, the typography, there is a font, size, colors. But if the text is a normal text, we have to take into account the kind of voice that is being used, intonation, right? If the TV commercial making use of a female voice, a male voice, right? Okay. And last but not least, we have the music, right? The music is another element which is in charge of unleashing one's emotion, very much like the image does, right? And we have to take into account that it is not only the music that performs this task, but sound and silences, right? Silences are very important too. We have done some research and we have come across some contributions by González, who is an expert in audiovisual communication, Chilean, right? Expert, so it's very good job. And this is a quote that we've taken from one of his books. La musicalización orienta hacia el adecuado tono afectivo que debe rodear a una imagen audiovisual. La música acentúa emocionalmente las escenas de humor, romances, suspenso, disgusto, ansiedad, felicidad o tristeza. Right? Okay.
Now we will ask you to watch,
Yep.
sorry, we will ask you to watch a very short video that we have prepared and try to reflect on how these three elements